Good evening, everyone. It is Friday. Welcome back to your virtual band parade. It is Roy and myself, as always, here for your entertainment.
Good evening, Auntie Val.
Huh?
Good evening, Auntie Val.
Oh, I sometimes think we should say, and for your abuse as well, because that's what we usually get. Start already this evening. Good evening to Eddie, to Davy Logan, to Mary Irvine from Wigan, Roy Patterson, Roberta and Eddie Baird, Richard Williamson, Edward Fellows, Stephen Feely, Margaret and Billy Gilmore, or Margaret and Billy Gilmore are watching from Glasgow. Harry MacArthur is in Glasgow. Hiya to Albert Harkness. Hope you're keeping well. Jean Kerr is watching with us. Good. Scott Clark says hello all. Hope everyone is well. Gillian Douglas Ray. I can't speak tonight. I'm going to go and get a few beer or something. Gillian and Jensen are watching. Hiya, Jensen. Robert Watson, well done on your school results. Excellent. Robert Watson's watching. Alan Finlay. David Sheridan. Keith McCormick's watching from a dead Portrush. Oh dear. Good evening all. Make it a good one, Valerie. Well, tonight's Lisa's choices, so hopefully she has chosen well, as she always does. Jim Stout is watching The Loyalist Lighthouse Family. Mary McKee's watching. Gavin Hazlitt's in The Frontier. Sylvia Slane's in Cookstown. Muriel Quinn's watching. Corina and Ray McHugh are watching, and they say, happy birthday, Billy Gilmore. So I'll have to make a wee note of that one. There's another birthday for us. Let me see. There we go, got that one noted down. So Jean Moore, Caroline Hughes, Jennifer McAllister and Craig and E, Carl Porter, Norris Mean, Lisa Ann Harvey, Denise and Amy are watching. John Hewitt is watching. Auntie Valerie said nothing about who was on tonight. She has purposely not said who's on at all. Victoria says, good evening, everyone. Can't believe it's Friday. Thank goodness it's Friday. It's been a long week. James Fleming's watching in Castle Milk. William Callahan, Tad Adamson, Jonathan Courtney. Tad, what are you meaning, Lisa? It should be a great show. You're picking them. Are you trying to say that when Roy and I pick, they're not great? Is that what you're trying to say? Jonathan Courtney's saying good evening from a lockdown West Lothian. Yes, I believe it's illegal to either go in or out of Scotland now. How ridiculous could it get? Carl Robinson's watching in Liverpool. Ronnie Hindman's watching Portrush, having a few whiskies and a beer tonight. Jim Stout says hello to Roy. Let me see. Trevor's watching a Cully Baggy. Leslie Ann Harvey's watching. Richard McNeil's watching from Preston Pans. Eddie's asking, are we on or what? Now, you see that? You see that? They're asked, are they on? And then the other week when I had said that they were or were not on, they were complaining because they said no other band got told at the beginning of the show. So I'm not saying you're not. I'm not saying whether you're on or whether you're not
But
on.
going by Lisa's comment, where Lisa says it's bands that's very rarely played, and some it's not at all. So that must mean that East Belfast, Miller Memorial, and Ballyhalbert are getting played tonight because they're never played.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, thinking the wrong show. That's the show where we play the bands that have been played lots.
That's the one. That's the one. Richard McNeil's watching from Preston Pans. Tommy Lloyd is watching in Liverpool. William Smith, Chris Johnson, Russell Miller, Roy Jr. Craig is looking for a wee bit of CYC. I don't think they're on tonight. What we're trying to do tonight is cover some more bands that we've maybe only played once or twice over the months since March. It's hard to believe we've been going since March. It really is. Alan Foster's watching in Rathcoole. Jacqueline McNeil's watching. Stephen Can, he's watching on YouTube. Laurie Jock is in Laurie Jock Whitehouse is in Bristol. Eddie Tornis has put my teeth in right. I could do with putting my own teeth in instead of somebody else's. Jamie Reid says, evening, Val from Milan. Dawn is watching from Kirkentulloch. Gilly from Netherton. Can I have a shout out to Darcy and Charlie Irvine? You can indeed. I take it they're your grandchildren, Mary? Nice to have you along. So let's have a little bit of music. I've got a few of the comments.
Valerie, just think, another 5 shows and we'll be 3/4 of a century.
75.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
We'll be catching your age soon.
Listen, smarty pants. That's enough out of that. Irvine McCabe wants to know, can I say hello to his friend Carl and give him a wee wave? I can indeed. And I can also give you a little bit of music. This is, someone asked last week, I should have taken a wee note. I've been really bad. I've been really busy all week. But someone asked last week for a little bit of Allenton No Surrender Flip Band. So, of course, this is them playing at the Harthill Loyalist Culture Weekend in 2015. Hope you enjoy it. Well done. Good choice there, Allington. No Surrender there. And that was them from way back in 2015. I'm just going through our comments here. I want to go through a few more of them before I lose them completely. Willie Walker is watching Debbie Johnson's in East Belfast. Philip Mackay is watching. Jim O'Neill says hello to my family in Ulster. I'm not your family, but I will have a wee wave at you anyway. Glenn Murphy is watching in Rathcoole. Robert Warden Kilkeel. Adrian McGovern is watching. Jonathan Walker's watching. Eddie Torney says he's in the whiskey tonight, so we'd better be. Are you one of these kind of guys, Eddie, that when you're on the whiskey you get a wee bit carnaptious? Should we be worried? Should we be feared? Are we in for even more abuse than normal, Roy?
We bit frisky.
Huh?
On the whiskey gets a bit frisky.
Well, I don't know about that. They might get even more carnaptious than he normally is.
Colin Johnson. Eddie's a lovely man. I won't have a word said about him. I will not have a bad word said about Eddie.
Such a crawler.
And Stephen. Not a thing.
Colin Johnson's in East Belfast. Neil McCarthy says hello from the McCarthys in Ballinamacashe. Glenn Murphy's looking for a bit of Clockford and Conkers. We have a few on tonight. Darren Lennon says, hiya, get the SRD on. Were SRD not on last week? I think they might be. Teal Serkland's is watching this week from Canterbury instead of Dover. Teal, you're working obviously there. Alan Jonesy said East Belfast. I should have chanted that, shouldn't I? Holly Lucas is watching in Market Hill. Jimmy Morgan's in Great Yarmouth. I'm nearly caught up. Trevor Monaghan on the bass drum. Jonathan Mackay is a request for Trevor Monaghan on the bass drum. Billy Hilbert or Newton Ard, says Albert. Morse Work is watching. Dave says, will the Shackled Road Defenders be on? Because they're never on. Never. Alan Garva is watching from Alan Gordon is watching from Scarva.
Joining the is this going to be a magic foursome now instead of a magic threesome?
I don't know. They're all getting in the act. They really are. Little did they realise how little effect it has. Alan Gordon's watching from Scarva. He says, get the Bennett on. William Torrance is watching in Carnlook. David Johnson and Enniskillen. Roy Jr. Craig says, CYC are never played. Now, that's a little bit untrue. Glenn Taylor says, hello, folks from Central Scotland Prison. Isn't it awful? Absolutely awful. I don't know what this word is coming to. Mark Anderson says, happy 70th Fallon Right. Yeah, of course, this is our 70th show. It's crazy. Or 72nd. 70th? We are 70.
70th tonight.
70th tonight. I wasn't too sure.
It was 69 last week.
Stephen McKinney, I couldn't remember if it was Friday or Saturday night. Stephen McKinney is watching from the tin, looking forward to the show. Johnny Baird says Reggie Cullen is watching on the sofa. My goodness, Reggie, you're having a nice easy night of it tonight. Let's have a little bit more music because that's what we're all here for. But I don't like being rude and not replying to your messages because you're all so kind to message in. So let's go. Kilmore is a band that we haven't played very often. This is one that Lisa's picked from our Played Only Once list. And this is them playing at Guildford 12th in 2014. British Legion there, expertly played by Kilmore. And they're another one of those bands, and I do this all the time. Whenever we play a band that we maybe haven't played before, or this is the first time or the second time we're playing them, I go, why have we not had them on since? They're really good. There are so many good bands, so many talented bands out there that
There is, but the biggest problem we have.
We've only got 2 hours.
But it's not the fact of 2 hours. It's all these bands that have been played once and played twice. Whenever you go looking for clips of these bands that have been played once or twice,
sometimes
there only is one or two clips. Eddie
is watching in the Shankill. Eddie says, I'll be 75 by the time we are played. Do you mean you're getting younger, Eddie, while you wait? We should be letting you wait longer then. I mean, you'll be 21 before we're finished. Jackie said that I am not that old. You're right, Jackie, dearest. I am not indeed. Margaret is watching. Older. She's originally from Randallstown, now in Norfolk, once a proud member of Staffordson Accordion Band. Please pass on my best wishes to all. Good to see you on, Margaret. Glad you still have the interest in the bands. Nigel Sinton is watching. William Torrance is watching. Scott Wallace. William Torrance, you were the guy who had asked for Allenton to surrender. That is it. Once I heard your name, I knew. Gibber is watching in Crumlin. Allenton Corps of Drums were very good, says Glenn. John Forrest is watching in Liverpool. We'll not talk about that other pink monstrosity over there. John Robertson is watching in Glasgow. Jim Stout says Eddie drinks fruit juice, Blue Wicket. WKD, in other words. Jonathan MacArthur is looking for some Black Skull Glasgow. Now, Jonathan, you can't say we never play Black Skull, but not as often as the rest of them. Loyal Sons of Benna is Scott Wallace. Chris Johnson says a wee bit of Pride of the Band would be nice. Well, Chris, stay watching. We'll see what you know, because tonight our quiz is about County Londonderry bands. So stay tuned. We'll see. I got the answers because there's no way I could have guessed them. Absolutely nothing. Jensen wants his flutes and drums, of course, Donica D. Roger is watching in the Heights. Hiya, Roger. William and Alma are watching in Cumber. Good to have you. Reggie wants to know, have we any silver tonight? Of course, Reggie. We always have silver. It's not a show without silver. Hugh Smith is watching in sunny Stonehouse, Scotland. Oh my goodness, China can't reply. That's like a present. That's like a present to me. Now, all we need to do is to get Eddie and to get Stephen Feely Eddie Torney and Stephen Feely in Facebook jail. Oh, what a peaceful night
John,
that would
if
be.
you're watching, we'll get you a cake made with a file inside it and everything else. Or I'll tell you what, do you want me to drive down to Dublin and we can go down and pick at the Facebook offices?
Tell you what we'll do. Why don't we play a Belfast Protestant Boys band? Let's do that. South Belfast Protestant Boys, but close enough. This is them in 2017 at the South Belfast Young Conquerors Parade. John, this is especially for you. Hopefully China liked that little Protestant Boys clip. May not have been the one you wanted, China, but it's close. Close. Other side to say. Baker is watching in Biddlesbury, says good stuff. Keep up the good work. Gillian Douglas says great to see the kids in the band. That was obviously the clip of Kilmore. Before that, they are keeping the bands of our culture alive. You are totally right. Absolutely, get all the kids in. Brian Goody says, good. Congratulations on your 70th show. Well done, all. Kept us all up during a terrible year. What are you going to do in December and January without us? Huh? How are you going to manage? Well, I have to admit now, we were talking earlier, though Roy and Lisa didn't really comment. I said to you guys earlier on, I kind of feel bad abandoning them now we're going back into lockdown.
We see, I'm thinking about, as well as a Friday and Saturday night, I might do Blood and Thunder Thursdays.
goodness, my goodness. Darren Lennon says, brilliant. I take it that was Kilmore as well. Norman Gordon's watching. Kenny Dummigan, that you're a bit late in tonight, Kenny. Francis Payne is watching from Hollywood, asking for some SPB. You would start a row very easily, Francis, if I played Shankle Protestant Boys. Nick Pierce is watching too. Sheila Gallagher is watching in Portrush. Dave Halvo is watching for Liverpool. Hiya, Dave. I saw a great clip of you guys the other day. I was ripping CDs of 2005, one of the 12ths in Glasgow. It was either Alloa, Glasgow, who was the other two? Whitburn or... trying to remember now who the last one was. Ardrossan. These were in one of those clips. I know that much. So that I'm starting to upload them slowly. Brian Goody says that the guy earlier on was right. There's not enough Black Skull Glasgow. I agree. Absolutely, but I have to be fair. I can't even play the bands I want every week. It's not fair on everybody else. Billy McDonald says, don't forget China's Wee Gang. How could you forget? They never let you forget them. Nigel Sinton. Oh my goodness, Nigel. Val, can I ask you, is you and Roy man and wife? Nigel, is your head screwed on right? My goodness.
She's my mummy.
I am not his mother.
You're old enough to be my mummy, so might as well just call
I
you
am
mummy.
not old enough to be your... You're older than me.
Don't listen to that. She's older than me. She's old enough to be my mum, folks.
You are... Oh my goodness, such a liar. Oh, dear. Peter Minnis wants to know, have we any videos of Clockflip Band in County Down? Great friends from Tandragee. We'll have to have a wee look. Is that... Yeah, well... I definitely have heard of them, so we'll have to have a wee look. We might have had them on before, I'm not sure. We'd have to check. My mum says they fight like it or else Roy is acting the stroppy teenager. Is that so that I'm your mum? Oh, look, he's huffing now. He's huffing. David, Nick,
sorry, not huffing, but no, you are my mum, and don't have to act a stroppy teenager because I've had plenty of practice.
You are one. Roy wouldn't be married, no, our Liverpool supporter, says Scott. Excuse me, I think it's maybe the other way round. I wouldn't be marrying a Man United supporter. Alan Finlay says we need a campaign, free the Facebook one for China. David Gibbs wants to know how I'm going to survive without him. Well, yes. Eddie Doherty says I've met Roy's wife. She is better looking. Michelle, I'll be glad to see that. Oh, this has made my night. This has absolutely made my night. Davia Pritchard says, are you not doing one show for the close of the gate since December? Well, yes, as I was saying, I sort of feel bad now for the idea of leaving you in lockdown. So we'll maybe carry on for a wee while yet. Will you allow us Christmas Day and Boxing Day off? They're Friday and Saturday, aren't they, Roy? They'll allow us those off, won't they?
Blood and Thunder.
Oh, Jonathan Button is a great idea. Melody Mondays. That's not a bad idea. Angela and Julie are watching. Alan Finlay is proposing you for Prime Minister. Stephen Morrell from County Durham, originally from Belfast. And Robert Manson is watching. Now, let's get back to a little bit more music. This is a wonderful accordion band. I'm glad to see them on. This is Donald Moore Accordion, and they are playing at Tyrone Ditches Pipe Band Annual Fete in 2019.
Can I just say, this clip caused a lot of controversy. Well, not, but Lisa didn't know because we were both picking this clip at exactly the same time today.
So you were picking it for Saturday night, and Lisa was picking it for tonight.
Friday night, and it's only whenever I sort of, cause I do a search, do a Control F just to make sure that I haven't, and that's when it came up, and it was exactly the same clip, and we just put it in the line at the same time.
Well, that must be a good clip, so can't wait to see it. That wasn't a bad wee clip. It was nice wee hymn there being played. Very, very good. I just wanted to take 2 seconds to thank you all who are sending in all the old band photographs. They are fantastic. I am loving them. Keep them coming in, please do. At the moment, I think I've posted nearly, well, by this stage, it's 160. I have about 320 still to post. So there's loads there. So if you have sent in photographs and haven't seen them as yet, be patient. They will get there. I don't want to post more than 4 a day, because when you over post to Facebook, some of them can get missed. And these all deserve the attention. Like, I mean, there are some fantastic, fantastic clips. There's been a couple of the ones, I don't know which one's my favorite, you know, because there's so many, many good ones, and they're obviously bringing back so many memories. And then other people are asking, do you have a photograph of such and such a band? And it's great to see everyone working together. So what I'm planning to do with those there, so roughly altogether, we've got about 500, and there is more coming in every day. Keep them coming, okay? So what I'm hoping to do is to get some kind of website set up where I have one page per band, right? And we'll start off with the photographs, and then maybe try and gather a bit of band histories or something like that there about each individual band if we can. Or, you know, are they still active, or have they folded, or, you know, all that kind of stuff. I will not determine which bands is active and which bands is folded, just in case I make any mistakes. But
That's great
I
to
think
hear.
it'll be.
That's great to hear.
Yeah,
You're not
it's
determining
really,
which bands are on or off the road.
it's
Per
really,
bands.
but no, it's really, really great to see them all coming in. So keep them coming. If you haven't sent any in yet, get looking through your cupboards. Any old photographs of bands that you have, even if it's just ones at band parades or whatever you've taken, just get them. Take a photograph of them. Take a photograph of the photograph and send it in to us, because we are absolutely loving them. Stephen Morell is from County Durham, but he's he was formerly from Belfast, so he's watching in tonight, as is Robert Manson. I think I maybe said those two, but you'll get the double mention. Mark Aiken is watching, and he is in Canada. Lovely to have you along, Mark. Mark is the provincial grandmaster for Ontario West, and he says he hopes to have good footage from our 200th parade in Toronto next year, God willing. We have had some of the footage from one of the Canada parades on before, and a lot of us were actually trying to make plans to be over there for your 12th this year as well, Mark, and hopefully everything crossed, it happens next year for you. Be great to see. I have a lot of relatives over there in Canada. I'm going to have to get them all signed up into the lodges. Definitely am. Stephen Campbell says, good evening. Who's running a bit late tonight. Stephen Feely says that you could have the trio on your Blood and Thunder Thursdays, but that breaks the rules there, Stephen, because neither Miller Memorial or Ballyhalbert are Blood and Thunder. Oh. Daz Taylor says hello from Sunderland. Keep it loyal. Jonathan is having a few problems with interference. Is anybody else having problems with interference, or is it just maybe Jonathan's connection? Sometimes can happen. Brian Cuddy said, now I don't know whether this is actually getting better or worse. You lot can decide. Brian says, I'm really married to China, not Roy. That's all about Con. Is that better or worse? You tell me.
And I've done, just to let you know, I've done all the checks at this side, and we haven't dropped any frames, and the transmission's going out very smooth from this side, so there's nothing, and on all my devices, everything's working, so no blips.
Jonathan, try connecting and disconnecting, or maybe starting and stopping your Wi-Fi.
I think he's out in Cullybecky in the back of Beyonce.
That's terrible. Cullybecky, yin not yin. Oh, Daryl is Hugh Solomon is watching from Loyal's Clackmannan. Reggie says David Moreland played the bass drum in Clock Accordion Band. David Moreland, is that like a football player or someone I should know? No. Adrian says China will be wanting Wagon Wheel Wednesday or Tea Cake Tuesday. My goodness, he's not even speaking on the show or posting in comments, and we still are mentioning him all the time. This is ridiculous. Ian Nicholson thought that last clip was brilliant. Graham Kenny says, good on you. Good to have you aboard, Graham. And of course, while I'm talking about Graham, what I want to do is to give a big, big shout out to Lambeg Orange and Blue, because they made a massive donation. Let me just see if I can find the details of it here, towards the Emerge services in Lisburn. And the Merger Counselling Services, and they gave a cheque of £4,000 towards them, which is just absolutely fantastic. And it now means that it's going towards buying more laptops and extra equipment for an online counselling service, and it means that they will be able to extend their reach to beyond Lisburn to the rest of Northern Ireland and potentially the UK. So a great service there, and very, very well done to Lambeg Orange and Blue. And the reason that Graham's name reminded me of that there is, of course, his son is Caesar. Mark Anderson says, Blood and Thunder Thursdays, Roy, like you're nipping, right, like you're thinking. Whereas Scott Clark says, up the DNs. Oh, Alistair Beck says, mighty. Robert Watson says, Blood and Thunder Thursday sounds cool as I'm out that night. Magical Accordion Mondays would also work. Now you're talking. Now you're talking. Is it me, says Gillian, or is the whiskey quieting down, Mr. Eddie? Sorry, what'd you say?
Typical woman, never listening. I'm definitely out Mondays then. Monday's definitely not free. I'm out of the house, nowhere near a computer.
Mo McLean says, glad to see you're out of the cupboard. I was never in a cupboard. I was kind of like in a below the stairs with a pillar on one side of me.
Cupboard under the stairs.
Cupboard. What was the cupboard?
Cupboard under the stairs.
I was like Harry Potter. I was under the stairs.
That and the glasses. That's the end of the resemblance.
You watch, I don't put a spell on you. Eddie, Lisa said last week, no surrender, so you're not on. That's Roy Patterson. Would you guys stop winding poor Eddie up? Really, honest to goodness. Stephen McKinney says the show's brilliant. You keep our spirits up through these trying times. Yous lot have my head turned. And in exchange, how's that fair? My goodness. Let's have a little bit more music. This is North Down Grenadiers, playing in 2014 at the North Down Defenders Parade. We short clip there from North Down Grenadiers. Thought it would be a wee bit longer, but still all the worthwhile for watching it. Edward Fallows said there was some interference, but she's gone to bed now. That is terrible. That's so bad. Matty McCarthy is looking for Orange Defenders Flip Band Lisburn. Is that one of the ones that I sent you and Lisa over the other day, Roy? There was definitely an orange something. I think it actually was Orange Defenders.
Pass.
Oh, he's looking very blank. He's looking very blank. Alan Finlay says there's perfect reception. I take it that Vadi Vagus is Lipavadi. Bart Rennick is watching from Maguire's Bridge in County Fermanagh. That's a new name for us there, Bart. Is this your first time watching? Glad to have you along. Hope you enjoy it. Please ignore all those idiots that make comments and get on our rate, because they're all wired to the moon. You and I are the only two sensible people here. That's quite simple. Stu Boyd says, evening folks, hope everyone is keeping well. He says, I've just cleaned my flute and accordion. You have an accordion, Stu? Oh, learning more things. Trevor Donald reminds everyone that the burning of Lundy is still happening in Castledurg. It's a socially distanced burning of Lundy on the 12th of December. Now, let's see, a few more comments were coming in there. Grenadiers, great playing band, says Davy Logan. Jonathan Herbinson says, brilliant. Excuse me. Eddie Torney says, I was in the Grenadiers there. How'd you let that slip past you? Were you? Seriously? Are you just lying to me? Was he? You see, we haven't played North Grenadiers.
We have, because I played one of them.
No, but we haven't played them very often. We haven't
No.
played them week after week after week the way we do with the other ones. So that's good. I sent you Bats Purple Star. There was another. I definitely wrote down another one. But anyway, let's go to a little bit of silver. One of my favourite genres. This is the Symington Silver. Another one we haven't got on more than enough. And this is them playing in Banbridge on the Black Saturday 2013. Davy Logan says there he loves the brass. He doesn't see many in the North Antrim, Londonderry area. You're totally right. I am starting my own campaign for all those brass bands to come and do parades in Ballymoney. What was it? We said Ballymoney Cancer. Wasn't that when we were going to do the big meet-up? Hopefully there is a Ballymoney Cancer next year as well. Want to read out this wee post? It's a long post from Scott, but he just says, can I just say that Monday past there was the 100th anniversary of the formation of the Ulster Special Constabulary, the B Specials. My granddad was a wee special. A force without whom the fabric of this country might have been so different. These men took the fight to the enemy, and for that I will be forever grateful. We as members of the association would have been in Lichfield this year, but for COVID, we missed out on this landmark year. But hopefully we'll be able to mark it properly next year. This is basically just a wee post to show my appreciation for all the members who fought so bravely while being under-trained and under-equipped. Respect to all. Also, if anybody has any interest, there was a new memorial just erected at the Memorial Garden in Ballymena last month. It's one of a kind and well worth a visit if you have any free time. Thank you very much, Scott, for making me aware that it was the 100th. I did read it somewhere, but you know what my hair's like.
My dad was a B Special, and I carried the B Special standard.
Did you?
As well, yeah.
My grandfather was B Special. Mum always says that they knew everything that was going on everywhere. They just knew if it was a strange car in the area, they knew. We could do with them back again. Absolutely. David Sheridan says my granddad and all his brothers were in the B Specials. A lot of people were. A lot of people were. We definitely could do with them back. But Robert Goldsmith's uncle was in them as well. Nigel says, Val and Roy, great show tonight. Thank you, my friends, and for your hard work to get these bands on air. We don't do any hard work at all, Nigel. We cannot take any credit for it. That is all those guys and girls who take the videos week in, week out, and parades and walk as many miles as the bands do following them. And without them, we absolutely couldn't do the show because we use their clips. And thankfully, they do allow us to do that. So at the end, we always put up a list of all the clips that we use and all the videographers, channels that we use. So please do go onto YouTube, give them a like and a follow, and give them a subscribe to their channel as well to show them your support. I see you've got a Facebook jail and a Free the Belfast one at the bottom of my screen now.
Oh yes. Yes, we had to campaign to get me a Facebook jail. This undemocratic, because it's a private company, they can do whatever they want. Well, they can, but that's beside the point.
Oh my goodness. Let's have a little bit of Blood and Thunder. This is Sons of William Flip Band from Ochnacloy. Again, another one that we haven't had on very often. I think this is from our list of one. And this is them playing at the Tamlachmore Tigers Parade in 2000 and... I don't know because it's 9 because the last digit's missing. So this is 2009. Hopefully you enjoyed that one there. That was, of course, Sons of William Ochnacloy. Again, a band that we don't see down here for very often. Robert says you had no campaign for his release, Roy. And he's right enough, you didn't. Jensen can't wait for the COVID vaccine.
Nobody told me and nobody made a fuss about it. So if somebody tells you things and doesn't make a fuss of it, then how are you meant to know? Yeah, well,
did you hear that, Robert?
If I'd have known, I would have, Robert. You know that. If I'd have known, did you tell Auntie Val? Then Auntie Val didn't tell me. So therefore I didn't know.
He makes such excuses just to keep doing his crawling. Denise says that's a lovely place that the Sons of William were parading through, which was obviously Coke. Frances Payne said her dad was in the UDR and the RUC. Jensen can't wait for the COVID vaccine to get released so he can get his uniform on and parade properly again. You're right, Jensen. I can't wait neither. Can't wait at all. Stu Boyd says that when we used to support the association when at the National Arbitorium that would be the Staffordshire Corps of Drums, a nicer bunch of gents you could ever meet. That's the association, I take it, rather than the Staffordshire Corps of Drums. So I'm sure they're very nice people too.
Does that mean you're getting your uniform back on again and parading?
Hey, I'm tempted.
Well, you said you can't wait, so therefore
I can't. I would love to get the uniform back on again.
Any sort of those dirty nipper bands out there that's looking for a sort of electronic synthesized squeezed thing put together player. There's one sitting there.
Oh dear, dear, dear. Davy Logan's grandfather and great uncles were in the Garva platoon of the B Specials. Robert Morrison's dad was a special company, was a special constable, not a special company. Glenn Taylor's dad was a B Special and SAS after serving in the Navy. And Denise Gordon says, of course, that just like the UDR, they were fighting for our country. This absolutely were. Eddie says, Eddie says Jensen's wouldn't fit you. Listen, my old band uniform doesn't fit me neither. Like, so flag waver fan. I'd love to do colour party. My God, China would have a field day if I was doing colour party. He would have, oh my goodness, he would have a heart attack. He really would. A little bit of heart music now. This is C. Patrick Flip Band playing at Downshire Guiding Star Parade in 2017. Now have a good listen, because next week, our quiz, next Friday night, our quiz is going to be on part music. Going to be really difficult, that one. So listen to them all tonight and tomorrow night so that you're clued up for next week. This is C. Patrick Flip Band. Again, another band that we should have won more often. I don't know how we would fit all these bands in, because there's so many good ones. Glenn wants to know, are those grade 3? I genuinely don't know, Glenn, but hopefully someone out there will know what grade they are. Davy Logan says, great marching by the drum major. I didn't see because I was letting the dogs. Steve McKinney says, my dad was in the Achidui branch of the B Specials. Very proud of him. Robert Morrison says, should have a clip of the Ulster Special Constabulary LOL 1970 on some night. Let me just see. Yeah, a lot of yous enjoying the C. Patrick Flip Band. Wilston Gilmore wants to know, can you play something from Castle Derg Young Loyalist? Old Boys, please. It'll not be tonight, Wilson, because we have our shows set out in advance to try and keep them as smooth as possible. It doesn't always work, but we try our very, very best. Now, Adrian McIlvena, if you thought that I had scrolled by your comment without remarking upon
Without
it,
agreeing with it,
you only
without
thought
agreeing with
you
it?
were lucky. Adrian McIlvena asked, would it be a very old girls or boys band you would join, Valerie? That is awful, Adrian. Awful. Do not be tempted to the dark side. Don't go to the dark side.
Adrian, that Valerie taught the band that went to the Battle of the Boyne. She actually taught them how to play.
It just goes to show what you know, because there was no bands at the Battle of the Boyne. Oh my God, yes. I'm affronted for you.
Oh yes, there was. There was fifes and drums that led them all the way down.
Bands. Oh,
still bands, still classified as a band. Then that's where the bands come from, and the military band traditions come from. The fifes and the drums. That's classified as a
John
band.
Dowling says, "Could you play a clip of Money's Lee and Flute Band?" We'll get that on the list as well, John. It'll not be tonight, and maybe even not even tomorrow night, but we'll definitely get them on. Russell Miller says, "Just increase the shower, another hour, easy sorted." Russell, the hour can't speak. The show started off as an hour, and then it increased to an hour and a half, and we're now sitting at 2 hours, mostly over 2 hours. Could I listen to you lot for another hour or half an hour? I don't know. Some of you, yes. Now, Lisa had mentioned a clip that I had, a name of a band that I'd sent her over during the week. And it was, of course, one that someone had identified that we hadn't played or had requested for. And it is Bats Purple Star. What does the Bats stand for? Is that a place, or somebody tell me what the Bats is? But anyway, this is Bats Purple Star Flute Band at the Newton Ards Black Saturday in 2018. I've never seen these guys before, so I'm interested to see what they sound like. Are just abusing me right, left, and centre. Look at this. Plenty of how did this start? This is the abuse that I get. Eddie says over 2 hours per show and still no Ballyhalbert Miller, and he's Belfast for weeks. And then Francis says, or SPB, Francis, don't be jumping on the bandwagon. And then Stephen says, plenty of talking from Auntie Val, though, and the accordion's in the 2 hours. Alan Finlay says, Val's just crab it. And then Eddie said, as if there was less chat and lip, I'm sure we could all be squeezed in. 660 bands in 2 hours at 3 minutes a clip. Are you mad? No way. This is the abuse I get on a daily basis. Though I have to say they were very quiet this week, so I was convinced they were planning something. Thank you, Jonathan. Jonathan says, leave poor Valerie alone. Indeed. What else would you be doing on a Friday night other than abusing me? Chris Stewart says, disappointed Valerie, tut tut, fife and drum, first instruments to be played at the battle. Is that not the formation of a band? Well, if you call one a drum and a fifer a band, then we should have a whole lot more bands. And it wasn't.
What constitutes a band? Do you ever hear
something
the saying?
With a bass drum?
No, do you ever hear the
something with a bass drum?
Do you ever hear the saying of a one-man band? So a one man can actually give
yeah,
you a band.
And they still have a bass drum.
But if you take,
they still have a bass drum.
Don't need a bass drum. Don't need a bass drum. Do Lambegs have a bass drum? No.
Lambegs is what used to be the drums from Fife and Drums, which eventually became larger as they stayed here. But a band needs a bass drum.
No, it doesn't need a bass drum. A definition of a band is not held.
Definition
by a
of a band is a collection of musicians.
Musical instruments.
A collection of musicians.
Yeah, two makes a collection.
Oh, good.
One
God.
is a single, two is a collection. Therefore, if you have a fife and a drum, or fifes and a drum, or drums, you have a band. Therefore,
speaking of drum, let us move to our next clip. This is a drum accordion playing in 2019, and drummer, of course, from across the border in the County Cavan or County Monaghan. I'm not sure which one it is.
Valerie,
and
I think your old age is getting to you. Go up one to number 11.
Oh yes, aha! Sorry, I did. I was that easy? I was that eager to shut you up and move on to a different topic. That's what it was. We're going to Newtownards. This is Newtownards Sons of Ulster. Albert will be pleased. And this is them playing at Balnahinch Black Saturday in 2012. Trevor Monaghan is right. Valerie could press the off button and we'd all be hooking through the TV for something to watch. You're right, Trevor. Just you remember that when you're giving me abuse.
I haven't got the off button. I've got the off button. And I've got the play button.
Which is really want to listen to Roy week in, week out. Right, play Newtownards Sons of Ulster, keep Albert happy. And then he'll not complain for a change. Sons of Ulster, Newtownards there, and that will keep Albert happy. That's 2 in a row. 1 taking part in Ulster in Newtownards, and the other one from Newtownards. Now, Gillian Douglas Ray is right. Two musicians is a duo. It's not a band. And Chris Stewart says, I'm not getting the lambeg, my dear. Sorry, Chris Stewart. If you watch the documentary on YouTube about the lambeg drum, it's one of the ones that Hugh Wilkinson was in, and they went through the whole history of it. The guy who actually wrote the book on the lambeg went through the whole history of it, and that is actually where it came from. It came from the old wooden shelled drums that eventually became bigger and turned on its side, that came over here with the military. So there you go. I watched it not that long ago, actually.
Gillian Ray Douglas, a duo still is a band. A duo is still a band. It's more than one. And it's a definition of as just a group of musicians, whether that's...
Well, according to you, one man can be a band.
Yeah, one-man band.
But he has a big drum still. Listen.
I'm not backing down on this one. No.
You know what was said earlier on about a teenager? I have a
Play the
teenager, and
next
he's
band.
the same. He doesn't back down even when he's wrong. Teenagers tend to do that. Right. Oh, Stephen Bailey says more of Roy. There you go, Roy. Introduce the next.
Well, the next band is a little accordion band from one of the last remaining, if not the only remaining Protestant village in the Republic of Ireland, from Drum. And Gillian Ray Douglas, the two-piece band, almost became an industry standard thanks to the global dominance of the white stripes and the black keys. Restrictive means of a duo are comprised by huge stage presence and creativity, making duo bands exciting to watch and follow. So it is a duo band, but it's just shortened to duo. No.
Diane Steele says, we hear you laughing, Valerie. What is Roy doing to you? If you had seen the smug look on his face after he announced that last clip and played it, you have never seen anything like it. Oh my goodness. I will allow that there was a fife and a drum at the Boyne, but there definitely wasn't any bands.
That's still a band.
It's not a band.
It is a band.
One fifer, one drummer. It's not a band.
That's a two-piece. That's a two-piece. And I just told you, two-piece bands, almost. The duo, two-piece band. This is a duo, two-piece band.
I'm going to start singing any minute. If you don't shut up. Right, Brigden Protestant Boys as our next clip up. That's all I know. Lisa hasn't given me any year or date or time or parade or place. So let's see if we can figure it out. Even a year. Can we figure out a year from this next clip? This is the Brigden Protestant Boys. Oh, you see, you can't get staff now. Can't get the staff. Philip says we need a referee in the show tonight. Roy just doesn't realise when he's wrong. That's what the problem is. What are you doing to me, Roy? What's going on
Roy
here?
isn't wrong.
I was eating popcorn
Roy
earlier, and you know the way it
isn't,
gets
Roy
stuck in your
isn't
teeth.
wrong in this occasion. Roy is right. And I don't know what... The reason I'm looking is because I happened to look at the start time that Lisa's put down. And
21:05.
Yeah, but the video starts at 16:33. So normally...
Lisa,
or
are you watching
15:23.
what's happening here with this clip? Come on, Lisa. On the ball. Come on.
And it's
Start at 21:05.
2019's the year. Ugh.
Right, we'll start it at 21:05. We'll see. Aaron Chambers wants us to play. Please play Bally McCormick accordion. Did we not play them the other week? Julian says he's too busy and Google. Stay tuned because our quiz is coming up shortly, and the quiz is this week on County Londonderry Blood and Thunder. Russell Miller, are you still watching? You better be watching. Let's see how you do in this one tonight.
I'm ready now.
Good. This is Brigton Protestant Boys. Now, let me see. Chris Stewart. Chris, you should know me of old. You know I don't back down in these things. Well, Missy, he says, all the bands this year had 2 flutes, 1 drummer at the main events and so forth. They still called it the band, hence the word band. Chris, I don't know what events you were at, but a lot of events I had full bands at them. In fact, most of the events had full bands at them. So it's still called a band. And even if it's 2 or 3 out of the band, they're called band members. So tell me this, Roy. Answer me this. The pipers that led the army and the Somme and World War I, were they called a band or a piper?
If it was a single lone piper, then a piper. Hence lone piper. But
and if it was a single drummer, it's still not a band.
But if there was pipes, I said fife and drum, fifes and drum too. And to go from that well-known source, Wikipedia.
Oh yes, that's so reliable. Roy, you should not read everything you read on Wikipedia. You know that I could go in there I could go in there and write that I was at
I
the
know,
Battle of the
but
Boyne.
for a band or a musical act featuring two members,
It's a duo.
it's a duo.
More than two members.
For a band featuring two members is a duo. But it's a band.
Right.
A duo
Right.
band. It's still a band.
Oh, good
It's still
Lord.
a band.
A duo is not a band.
It is a band. If they're singing,
Oh,
it's a duo.
dear Lord.
If they're playing musical instruments, they are a
Can I
band.
mute you? Can I mute you from here? No, I can't
No,
mute
you
you from
can't
here.
mute me. No, I can mute you though.
Oh, my goodness. My goodness.
But I'm not nasty.
No,
like that, I
it's
wouldn't.
all friend. Who was it said about the referee? It's all friendly banter. We don't get too upset or too annoyed about it. Well said, Roy. I'll keep out of your holes now, don't size. What are you on about? My hole is no size.
You're
The
digging
hole I'm
yourself. You're
digging, the
digging
hole I'm
a
digging.
hole. Yeah.
I am not digging any holes, Chris Stewart.
You're digging a
None
massive
at all.
hole. A JCB
David
digger.
Gibson says, shh, I'm talking, I'm reading out a message. David Gibson says,
That's all right. They can't hear you now. They can now.
gonna be hard again.
Yeah.
It's very dangerous leaving you in
Unfortunately.
control of a mute. David Gibbons says, this is what we in Scotland call the band Brigton Proddy Boys. Let around know. I don't know what you mean with the last part of that sentence there. Philip says we're going to be here to midnight at this rate. You are right, Philip. Let's get on with a bit more of the music. Final piece before our quiz is, of course, a pipe band, as always. Never have a show without one. This is Rivara Pipe Band playing at 2016 in the Championships up in Belfast. Superb by Rafa. That is what I want to do in my next band. That there. I could do that the very best. I'd probably knock myself out, but I would have fun. Oh my goodness, I'd love to do that. Now, where are we going to next? Our quiz! Yay, our quiz! Right. So Lisa has done the quiz up tonight on County Londonderry Blood and Thunder. Okay. So the only bands in the contest or in the quiz tonight are County Londonderry Blood and Thunder. We're going to do 5 different clips. Okay. You're going to hear a band. You're not going to see anything. Do not panic if the screen goes black, because that means that the names are about to come up. Lisa will then give you a choice of 4 bands. You just have to tell us which band it is that is playing for that clip. Put your answer in the comments and just put it in like, number 1, whether it's A, B, C, D, and 2, A, B, C, D, and 3. Okay. So we'll give you a couple of minutes after each clip to get your answer in, because there's always a little delay between what you're seeing and what I'm watching. Okay. So let's have our clips, Roy. Let's have band number 1. Just waiting for the names of the bands come up. So you had 2 choices there, or 4 choices. Star of the Row, Burntollet Sons of Ulster, Pride of Orange and Blue, which is New Buildings, or Ballynarrug, Pride of Orange. Let's see who's voting orange. Just writing these down. David Sheridan says it is Ballynarrug. Jackie said it is Burntollet. Alistair agrees with her. Mark thinks it's Star of the Row. Dan thinks it's Pride of New Buildings, or Pride of Orange and Blue. Billy and Carl both think it is Burntollet. Chris says that it's Pride of Orange. Chris, I'm watching your comments. I'm watching there to see whether you're right or not. Alan, oh, you're another one needs to be right. He says it's number B. Davy Lugan says number D. You should know these all, Davy. Adam Livingston says Burntollet. Adam is the only person who has managed to get all of his answers right since we started doing this. Edward is
number D. Number D. How can you get a number D?
What did I say?
You said number D, number A, number C.
Ugh.
How can you get a number?
Stop picking on me. I've had a long week. Alistair, Annette and John Bell both say it's B. Mary thinks it's a band from County Londonderry. I think you could be right, Mary. 1 point to you. Okay, so let's have clip number 2. So the choices this time were band A. Band A, Star of the Row. Band B, Gort a Gilly, Coronation. Band C, Eden Moore. Our band D, Ballymaughon Purple Guards. So who all did we think that was? Dan Trainer thought it was Ballymaughon, as did Carl Porter, Alistair McKellar. Jackie thought it was Star of the Row. Anne Louise McLaughlin thought it was, or Lachlan thought it was Eden Moore. Edward Fellows thought it was Gorta Gilly. Davy Logan, Chris Johnson, Morris Wark, Alistair Annette, and Trevor Lennon all thought it was all I wrote down is Ballymaughon. That's who it was. And Now you see there's a difference here between two of the Coleraine men. So Chris Johnson said it was Ballymochan, but Alan McGraw of the Freeman said it was Edenmore. Ooh! Russell Miller said it was band number A. Right. Band number 3, please. Band number A. Band A. Number 3. I don't know what I'm saying. Just go to clip number 3. So your choices there this time were Burntullet Sons of Ulster, Ballyquin Loyal Sons of Ulster, Moneydig Young Conquerors, or Bovidi. The band that I thought it was isn't even on the list. It wasn't a choice. So Alan reckons that it was Ballyquin. Number B, Mark Anderson says Ballyquin, as does Eddie. Alistair thinks it is Moneydig. Denise thinks it is Ballyquin. Russell thinks it's Ballyquin. Alan thinks it's Moneydig. Where was Chris Johnson's answer? What did you think it was, Chris? I can't even find my mouse now. Where did we go? Let me see. Scrolling back here. Oh, Chris Stewart thinks it was number was Ballyquin as well. Oh my goodness, my goodness. Lots of different answers in. Lots of them. Right, let's go to clip 4. Oh, I'm on the screen again. I haven't even got the names up yet. So band A was Freeman Memorial. Band B was McCoskin. Band C was Gortagilly. And band D was Ballymochan. So who did you think that clip was? Freeman Memorial, McCoskin First Flute, Gortagilly Coronation, or Ballymochan Purple Guards. So another range of answers coming in there. We've basically got them all. Have we had any C? Yeah, there's a C in now there as well. Mary Irvine knows this one. It's another band from Londonderry. That's another point, Mary. Well done. Well done. Last clip now. Let's have a wee look at our last clip. Or listen. Oh, 4 bands to choose from there. Pride of the Band, Freeman Memorial, Moneydig Young Conquerors, or Milvenus Rising Sons of William. So which one did you think clip number 4 was? Trevor, it can't be Orange and Blue New Buildings. They weren't on the list. was one of those four: Pride of the Band, Freeman, Money Dig, Young Conquerors, and Malvinas. Right, so we're going to take a listen to them again, and this time I'm going to give you the answers. I have to pull up the answers that Lisa told me because otherwise I wouldn't know. So let's listen again to the first clip. So if you got the band right, like, just be honest, okay? There's no prizes in this. It doesn't matter whether you win or lose. And I'm going to admit that I could not get them at all, even if I wanted to. So thank goodness Lisa has given me the answers. So band number 1. So folks, if you guys said that that band was Pride of the Orange and Blue, then you were right. So give yourself a point. Band number 2, Roy. So band number 2 was actually Star of the Row. So did you get that one right? If so, give yourself another point. Band number 3. So band number 3 was Ballyquin, Loyal Sons of Ulster. Again, I wouldn't have got that. Definitely not. So if you got it, give yourself a point. Let's have clip number 4, please, Roy. You're very relaxed now, Roy. So band number 4, and thankfully Mark Anderson, you got it right, because it would have been a little bit embarrassing. This was Gortagilly Carnation. Well done if you got band number 4 correctly. Are we going to get another 5 score tonight, Roy? What do you think? Possibly. So this is clip number 5, please.
Mind you, I think you gave the answer out to this one earlier on at the start of the show.
Did I?
I think you did. If I'm right, I'll tell you.
What do you think it is?
I'll tell you. Pride of the Band.
Let's have a listen to the clip. number 5 was Money Dig Young Conquerors. No, a lie. It was Pride of the Band. Did I get the clue? How did I give it away?
Because somebody at the start of the show mentioned Pride of the Band, and you says, "Oh, you'll be surprised later on," blah blah blah, and said something like that. And you said about Pride of the, and you said about Pride of the Band, and that was the only.
Said about listening tonight.
Yes.
Because it was County Londonderry bands. I didn't say the Pride of the Band was on it.
You said they said about playing Pride of the Band tonight, and you said, "Oh, you'll be happy tonight. We've got a quiz tonight at County Londonderry," and that was then the only question that Pride of the Band was actually in. On any of the
but they could just have been named as one of the bands. They didn't necessarily have to be in a playing band. To be quite honest, I didn't really know. I never said that because Lisa sent the clips or the answers, and I didn't. I just thumbed up, or I didn't actually read them. So until I went through them myself, I didn't know. So where are we doing? Adam got 4 out of 5, and he says, as soon as I heard the first clip again, I knew it was Pride of Orange and Blue. But Alan Finlay got 3. Billy McDonald got 1. Trevor Lennon got 2. William Callahan got 4. Well done. Davey got 2 out of 5. Alan got 2 out of 5. Gavin got 3 out of 5. Anne-Louise Laughlin got 2 out of 5, as did Morris Mark Anderson. One of yours was Gortigilly, of course. Jane Kerr got 3 out of 5. Chris Johnson was waiting on us playing the Pride of the Band tonight. Yes, I did. Apparently, oh goodness. I'm not going to say anything from now on. Alistair Annette got 1 out of 5. Trevor got 3 out of 5. He says it's not bad for an Isle fella. 3 right for Denise. She got Gortigilly wrong, and it's a stone's throw away. Chris Johnson only got 2 out of 5. Chris, right? Where is Alan McGraw? Alan, how many did you get? Caesar Kenny got 4 out of 5. Well done, Caesar. Russell got 4 out of 5. Not bad, not bad. Which one did you get wrong? You got how many?
3.
I get none. Done for getting 3. Brian Goody got 3. Major Fluke. Edward Fellows got 3. Need to see China and get some band CDs. Roy Fisher says he got 1 out of 5. Philip O'Brien says that you're a liar, Caesar. You did not get 4 out of 5. Alistair McCallum's got 0 out of 5 for him. Oh my goodness. Nobody got 5 out of 5 tonight. Jacqueline Landa got 4 out of 5. Reggie got 3 out of 5, and Yasmin got 4 out of 5. Well done to you all. I honestly don't know how you are doing it, because I couldn't do it. Having said that, no, I couldn't even do it. I couldn't even do it if I heard both single time and double time. I just couldn't do it.
Where's the other Kilkeel band tonight?
What other Kilkeel bands?
No, Kilkeel Man.
Kilkeel Man. Alan got 2 out of 5. Oh my goodness.
Mr. Multibands.
Oh, Pride of the Band and the Freeman were tied there. Chris is Pride of the Band, Alan's and Freeman, 2 out of 5 each. You guys need to listen to a few more bands instead of playing in them. No, don't stop playing in bands. Never ever stop playing in bands. Right, let us. Joshua, I saw Joshua was on. Lisa was being diplomatic, not selecting the Londonderry Ice Bank Protestant Boys, not even as an option. Chris got 4 out of 5, as did Samantha McKinney, got 4 out of 5. Right, let's get back to the music. We've loads of clips to get through before we finish tonight. And of course, let us know if you've got any birthdays coming up so that we can give you all a birthday shout out. I think I've got 2 birthdays, yeah. So let me know if you've got any birthdays coming up for any of your family, friends, anybody watching, anybody out of the band, anything like that there. This is Eden Accordion at Culnady BB and GB Enrollment Service in 2019. I'm taking it, it's the Blue Eden, based on the fact that it's Culnady, but I know once to see the clip, obviously, because one's blue, one's red. This is them in 2019. Okay, so that was, of course, the Blue Eden. Great wee playing band there. They really are. Lots of four-part harmony hymns. I like listening to those. Now, Roy's just after giving off that he yeah, he and Lisa have picked the same band. So they're both fans of the next band. This is William Strain, William Lightbody Memorial. Not a band that you see very often down around these parts of the world. They are, of course, I think they're from Newton Arts. Am I right in saying that? Yeah. And this is them at their own parade in 2018. My goodness, Albert, you are going to be happy tonight. That's 3 Newton Arts mentions. Great there from William Strain, William Lightbody. Again, another one of the bands that I keep looking at them going, why do we not have them on more often? Not. Oh my goodness. Now, Joshua says once the virtual band parade starts 2020, the individual band count goes back to 0.
No.
Does it, Joshua?
No.
Nah. Scott thinks we should do an auction and the person that puts up the best bid, money goes to charity, obviously. Why not me? Charity begins at home. Roy, you're going to be able to have some tech stuff you want to spend money on. But they get to pick the selection of the bands. Of course, the money will go to charity.
I actually think that's a fantastic idea.
That's not a bad idea. You can pay to pick a night of bands, but it's not allowed to be one band. Okay? Chet Russell says increase an hour and let the last hour be run by Eddie and China and Roy. Russell, are you looking rid of me or something? Is that what this is? You're looking rid of me. My goodness. Eddie says, I bet China's Facebook ban doesn't last as long as ours on here. You're not on a ban, Eddie. You are not on a ban.
They are.
They're not.
You know, when you get explicitly told do not pick.
That's terrible. Do you not think I get enough grief enough without you giving me any more? Oh my God, that is awful. That is also not true. That is not true at all. Now, let's have a little bit of melody for a change. Love the melody bands. This is Young Calvary. It's not Calvary. Calvary Volunteers. Calvary. Is that how it's said? Calvary Volunteers.
It's not even them anyway.
No, neither is. Tonight's just not my night, is it? It is Northdown Defenders playing a Bangor Protestant Boys in 2019. Just play the clip. I give up. You boys are all full of bright ideas, aren't you? Trevor Monaghan says, here's an idea. When we're allowed back in the road, we should put virtual band parade viewers and hosts band together for one-off parade show somewhere for a chosen charity. That'll never work because Roy can only play the flag, so that will not work. He can't play anything.
Um,
You're very slow off the mark there.
Start it off in the triangle, progress to the flute, progress to the side drum, then want it to use just some of the military and look after a colour party. You see, that's the way you go through. You just don't go through life playing one instrument. I know, but you just took the piano. You just took the piano instead of playing it that way. You put it that way instead.
Excuse me, I can play the violin and the guitar and the bass guitar and a load of other instruments, the harmonica and the dulcimer, loads of other instruments. Eddie says you can play the cymbals. Albert says we won't be there next week. Miss Peggy will be there. Sinn Féin is taking over. I did happen to notice that there was someone who obviously wouldn't be normally fond of our band who was tagging a lot of other people in to the chat. So, they get swiftly deleted and removed. But anyway, let's see. Now, the next band is the one that I was trying to pronounce. Can somebody tell me how to say this? It's not spelt Calvary, right? So it's Young Calvi Volunteers. Flute Band, Scotland. This is them at the Brian Robinson Memorial Parade anyway in 2019. Take a look at the bass drum and then tell me how you say it, how you pronounce it. The bass drummer turned around as we got up to him. It is, of course, very, very difficult. Oh, I still can't see it. It is, of course, very difficult seeing the bass drum when your video's at the back of the band, but I didn't know that before we played the clip. Very interesting point, actually. So Billy McDonald says Calvi. I was right? But Alistair Annette says that it is Young Calvary Flute Band. That's the name over their band hall. So which is it actually? But it definitely looks like Calvi on their bass drum there. just what little glimpse of it I got. We'll have to look at that later and freeze frame it. If anybody knows, let me know. Now, Lisa's next clip. She heard about them, of course, on the Made to Parade broadcast. For any of our podcasts, for any of you who don't know what that is, Glenn Miller from Pride of the Raven, formerly Pride of the Raven Flip Band, I think he was last in Ballymacart, wrote a book about his life growing up in bands and all of that. It's a fantastic read. If you haven't got it already, it's still on Amazon. You can get on and buy it. But he also has done a podcast to accompany the set, and he's talking to lots of people from the band scene. He's talking to Morris Brown, for instance, who was the drum major for the Tripping of the Colour and all those kind of the Windsor Gates, all those really big army stuff. He was one of the drum majors at the Tattoos, and he did Tattoos in America and all that kind of stuff. Talking to him, people out of, Pride of the Raven, people out of, all really, really dedicated band members, or band men and women who have been around, some of the girls at AOPB. So they have all done a podcast with them. It's a different person each week, and it is available to listen to on, I'm not sure exactly where you get it, probably iTunes, and I'm sure wherever you normally get your broadcast, you can go on. He's got a Facebook page, you can follow on that there. And Lisa heard about this band through the Made to Parade broadcast, or podcast. And this is the Brentwood Imperial Youth Band. Now, I've never heard this clip, so I'm looking forward to it. And this is them playing at Amersfoort in 2017, and they are playing Aces High. Absolutely superb. Superb. Brilliant. Why have I never heard of these guys before? They were fantastic. We'll definitely have to look out for some more clips of them. They were really, really good. Now, oh my goodness, how is it 10 o'clock already? Stick with us. We have got 5 more bands to come. So stay with us. We'll try and get through them as quickly as we can. And I just wanted to, Chris Stewart said that I couldn't play the Lambeg drum. I'd have you know, Mr. Stewart, that I have played the Lambeg drum before, and I played it in Kentucky, even better than that. Kentucky, USA, that is. Now, not the KFC down the street. Next band up is Bali Flute Band, playing in Harryville this year, actually, for Dairy Day. By the looks of it, going by the date, 8th of August. So this is them. Looking forward to this wee clip. Haven't seen them for ages. Excellent. Absolutely excellent. Joshua, they're not a band I see very often either. They don't tend to travel too much outside Ballymena, which is a pity because they're really, as you heard there, really cracking band, and they should let more people hear them and appreciate them. Excuse me. Now, the next band was a request. I'm going to say Billy McDonald. I think you requested these guys. This is Ravenhill Temperance Flute Band, and they are playing Dream Angus, which doesn't ring any bells to me. So I'm looking forward to hearing this. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Andrew thinks it's from the Western Isles. I'm not sure. Dream Angus, probably Scottish, I would imagine. Ken Stewart doesn't know the piece either, but it's a lovely balance and sound. Yeah, you have to hear those nice slow pieces in order to appreciate the fast ones. Now, Karina McHugh says birthdays. Thank you, Karina, for reminding me. You know what my head's like. So we'll do the birthdays after the next clip, which is Finicky True Blues, playing at Sandy Row in Remembrance Sunday 2012. Did you have the birthdays lined up? Nice bit of play in there indeed from Finicky Two Blues. Now, first of all, before we actually do the birthdays, I want to give a big shout out to a good friend and one of the team at Light of Foot, Charlie Muir, who is in our Dross and Winton band. And he's actually in the hospital at the moment, I believe, with COVID, but he's on oxygen to help him breathe. So, Charlie, all our thoughts are with you. Hopefully, you are back out and causing mayhem as always, and get well soon. Don't stay in there any longer than you. And also, happy 73rd wedding anniversary today, of course, to our Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip. Did you see the new photograph that they sent? It was beautiful. Now, in terms of birthdays, very, very happy 50th birthday to Neil's wife. I suppose she is now Elaine Glass, Mrs. Elaine Glass, who's her birthday today, and also to Billy Gilmore, who is having a birthday as well. So happy birthday to the both of you, and that comes from all of us here at Ulster Bands Forum. Happy birthday to you all. Everybody should bring their birthdays forward. If you've got a birthday in the 2 weeks of the lockdown, bring them forward and celebrate them this week coming in. Now, one of our last two bands, this is of course an accordion band. It is Cranfield Accordion playing in Rossnowla in 2019. I can't even remember seeing them here. annoying me now what the name of that tune is. It's not Blades of Steel. Somebody knows, let me know. Put me out of my misery. Eddie Tony says we can't even make the quiz. We've been gassed. You're not a Blood and Thunder band from County Londonderry. That's why you didn't make the quiz. Thank you, everyone, for joining us this evening. Even those who gave abuse. It makes the night pass all the quicker for both Roy and
I
I.
do like Stephen's idea though.
Which one's that?
They could get the bands to record playing Happy Birthday, send it in, and they get played every week then.
You're such a wagging the one down the bush, aren't you? And Eddie's the same. One minute he's abusing you, and the next minute he's looking out round you. My goodness, you men are terrible. Mary McKay, Balmoral. Adam says Balmoral as well. Thank you very much. I couldn't think. Funny, I had thought Balmoral, and then I just counted out in my head. Anyway, thank you all for joining us. Abuse or not, it's all a bit of banter and a bit of light-hearted fun. There's nobody taking offence at it. Sure, there's not, guys.
I just take the garden gate.
Huh?
I just take the garden gate.
Join us tomorrow night at 8 o'clock again. It is Roy's Picks tomorrow night. Again, what we're trying to do is go back over some of the bands who've maybe only played once or twice in the show and give them another airing and another chance to get heard and appreciated. So thank you very much for joining us, as I said, and we'll see you tomorrow night. We're going to finish off there. Craig knows it's time to go. We're going to finish off with a wee bit of Cam Lackey, Loyal Star, playing in Coleraine here at the Freeman Parade in 2018. Until tomorrow night, keep the flutes to the mouth. We're coming to the tune.
It was when England's glorious sun in 1688 was overcast with treason's cloud and popery stood late, that up arose her Protestants, the peasant and the peer, and vowed the chain of perjure James that they would not dainty wear. They sought them out a prudent chief to guide their heart and zeal, to lead them on that victory might bless their flashing steel. And who so fit to guide that host in all its bright array as William, Prince of Orange, ere he landed at Torbay? Then up arose the mighty chief wife and left his native shore, and rode upon the stormy waves our freedom to restore. Upon his flag was blazoned forth, high fluttering o'er the main, that our religion and our laws he ever would maintain. 'Twas then in gallant style he stood upon the vessel's prow, with victory on his flashing sword and wisdom on his brow. And tens of thousands greeted him upon his natal day, when he, our glorious Orange chief, first landed at Torbay. Come, brethren of the Orange bond, a bond ne'er to be riven. Whene'er we give great William's name, a bumper must be given. For if you'd fire a feu de joie to him who victory won, come prime and load and see you get charge into your gun. The eloquence of bumpers full, there's nothing can surpass. There's not expresses kindred soul like friendship's social glass. And thus we give our song and toast with 3 times 3 huzzah, the memory of King William and his landing at Torbay. The memory of King William and his landing at Torbay.